Hey guys, Phil Cook with C&R Advanced Cooling Technologies. I'm here today with James to go over some of our product and particularly our intercooler for the M3 M4 platform.
Yeah, we've worked with C&R for, gosh, it's got to be 15 years or something like that. They do absolutely everything for all of our motorsport projects, for some of the crazy difficult to cool applications we've had, like our F80 ST car, which was just so technically difficult. Our Pikes Peak car, where we're running massive power, and even this M4 GT4 back here, which is a BMW Motorsport platform. So they really are at the top of their game, top level of NASCAR, Indy Car, F1. These are the guys that do cooling. So,
and BimmerWorld.
And BimmerWorld, that's right. So,
can't leave them out.
So when this car, and we've raced this thing for a couple of years now, and we race this thing in stock form, where it's and not even stock form. It's been detuned in the power, basically to allow for an even playing field. But in our tuning business, of course, we crank up the power on these things. You crank up the power, you crank up the heat, all of a sudden you got to figure out how to cool this thing, and that's why we came to C&R, because we know they're going to have the solution.
So where we started with this particular project is the intercooler, the air-to-water intercooler. We've put a lot of time and effort into this project, and we're utilizing a lot of the technology that we've gained through our motorsports program. The cool thing about being in motorsports is the technology we gain there, we try to bring it to your market, to where we can get it ultimately in the consumer's hands.
Right.
But the thing we want to emphasize here is this is no ordinary air-to-water intercooler. The technology that we have in this came from years of development in Formula One, off-road racing, and other forms of motorsports. But we've put it in this package, and we're bringing it right to the street.
And so it's a nice package, and when I look at this thing, it's got a nice black wrinkle finish on it. But I've seen this thing when it's being made, and this is unlike anything else in the market. This is a CNC machined, fully TIG welded. This is a work of art. I almost wish we didn't finish it, but we want to kind of maintain that factory appearance under there. But man, once you see the details, once we go through what actually makes this thing work, this thing is just so different than everything else in the market. What do we have here, Phil? What are we looking at?
These tanks they're billet machine. They're not a cast tank. They're not a fabricated tank. They are CNC billet tanks.
Which is a crazy bit of machining to make those tanks, and probably why this thing feels so lightweight compared to some of those aftermarket options with those big beefy cast tanks that sit right on top of your motor and over your axle. That's we're got to be 5 pounds at least lighter than those guys,
we're right
right?
at 5 pounds dry weight.
Nice.
But even at 5 pounds lighter, we've increased the height. So if you look at the stock versus this particular intercooler, we've maximized the height for the charge air side.
Okay.
Also, we make all the core. All this core is made in-house. This is where we've taken all of our technology that we've learned over the years, and like I said, in all the motorsports, and we put it into this core design.
Tell me about the exchanger. So this is roughly what's in there. This isn't the exact piece, but this is your technology.
It is. So this is samples that we've made to illustrate how this core is manufactured.
Where do you buy this thing? Who sells these things?
You can call our C&R Racing in Indianapolis, Indiana. All this is manufactured in-house. We make every bit of this in-house, start to finish. That's something else that's unique about our company, is that we manufacture everything in-house. What makes this particular core unique and so efficient is the turbulators that we're using on 2 different sides.
And what do turbulators do?
When you're trying to cool anything, air or water, you want to break the compound down to its molecular state. Then it helps exchange the heat much more efficiently.
So that's how you maximize the efficiency. Every piece out there, the factory piece, your piece, everything in between, is doing the same thing. They're moving water, they're moving air, and they have the same rough size that they have to deal with. It's about how we can maximize the efficiency so we can change what that temperature drop is. We can change the effectiveness of the cooler.
The efficiency of our coolers are so much more in a small space because of this turbulator technology that we're using.
Okay.
This is what you're not going to find in the stock unit. This is not what you're going to find in other brands.
Okay.
When you put this under stress in high performance environments, that's when this thing comes alive. And so it comes down to this. You've got an OE piece that's just a direct bolt-in replacement, which was engineered for every application you'd see in the real world.
And to meet a price point.
And to meet a price point. When I say they engineer these cars for street use, and there's other products that you can buy that look pretty, but most of the time that's all they do is they just look pretty. There's very little performance gains, and in many cases the OE outperforms them, but it looks better. And then you got high performance cooling products, which is our forte. It's what we do. It's how we make a living. We're passionate about it. We've got a long history in racing, but we're bringing this same technology to the consumer, so where they can bolt this piece into their stock vehicle and their stock platform and get Formula One cooling technology on their street car.
So the same stuff you guys do for F1, you do for Indy Car, you do for NASCAR, you do for the top level of motorsport.
And BimmerWorld.
And BimmerWorld, is the technology is all packaged in here, but man, this fits just like OEM. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Man, if you can swing it, this is the piece, right? If it needs to work, this is going to be the piece to use.
Well, we're excited to work with BimmerWorld because of your history and your clientele and the people that turn to you for the best product. And we're proud to be associated with you and providing you some of these same technology. So we're excited about it.
Awesome, man. Looks great. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.